Big up, guys. It's the preview. Get in, my guys. Get in, everyone. Big up to all of you. Hope you're having a great night. It's your boy, Markin, MUFC fan. And you know what it is, guys. It's the match preview ahead of Porto. What is Manchester United going to do? Are they going to have the game of the season and turn things around? Or is it going to be more of the same? Well, get into it, guys. We're going to be here to give it a little review. I'll give you a little opening monologue a bit, tell you a little bit about Porto for the guys in the chat who doesn't know that much. And the guys are going to react to some questions, and we're going to ask you the same questions as well. And FC Porto for 24-25, their form and their weaknesses are so far as followed. They have a strong start to the season, currently competing near the top of the Premier League. They boast a solid defense, conceding few goals domestically, and rely on quick transitions and counter-attacks, with forwards Mehdi Taremi and Ivan Nilsson posing a threat. Taremi in particular has been key, scoring consistently and providing a strong aerial and finishing presence. The weaknesses that they might have, their vulnerability to a high press. Porto struggled when pressed aggressively, often losing possession in midfield. Their reliance on counter-attacking leave them exposed when teams are controlling the ball, as shown in their recent defeats in Europe. Over the reliance on key players, injuries or poor performances to key players like possibly Otavio can destabilize their attack, as they lack squad depth compared to Europe's top sides. Defensive transitions is not their specialty. While the defense is strong, Porto can be vulnerable to quick breaks, especially when their fullbacks push high. This opens space for counterattacks, and the teams like Manchester United can exploit that with use of the wings. The threat to Manchester United, the biggest poise, comes from their ability to hit on the break and capitalize on defensive mistakes. And of course, guys, United have been defensive mistakes. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where United need to control possession and remain organized defensively to mitigate Porto's fast counters and aerial threats. Can they do it? Well, let's see. The match preview is here. We're going to talk about it. Big up to Zeke coming in the building. Big up to Timber Banks, who's here. I think Drex will be here shortly, guys. So let's see how it goes. You know what I mean? Big up to those of you in the chat who have came in early. Those who haven't come in yet, big up to all of you. And hold on, let me just do this really quickly, guys. 1 second. Timber, how are you feeling? Let me know what you're.
I'm good. I'm fine.
What's good?
I'm good, Mark. I was able to sort out my my issue, so I'm fine. And how are you doing? Big up to you, Zeke. Hope you're good, man.
What's going on?
Big
you guys can hear me?
Okay, in the building. Yeah, we can hear you, bro. Big up to you, bro. Big up to Brendan Chappell as well. Anarchy in the UK. I don't know, bro. I'm not there today. I'm actually in Germany right now. So good evening, Casimir. Big up to you, brother. Hope you're well. Big up to Elite Baller in the building. Big up to you. Guys, since we're here already, I'll ask you guys the first two questions, and I'll ask you guys in the chat. Big up to all of you. You know what I mean? Man says check the shirt. Big up to Brendan in the chat. So, guys, as I asked you already, the first two questions are definitely going to be these questions that I'm going to say, what are your thoughts? What is the tactical approach you guys think Ten Hag should take to this game in facing FC Porto away? You know what I mean? And what threat will that pose to FC Porto? I'll start with you, Zeke, and then we'll go to Timber. Big up to everyone in the building.
As I said the other night, I think he has to be pragmatic. I think it's time to just take more of a pragmatic approach when it comes to games. Be hard to beat instead of easy to play against. I think it's that's just the way he has to go from now on. I would love for him to be brave, but all today I've been having the same conversations. I just feel like if you're easy to play against, then by Christmas he's out of a job. If you're pragmatic and you're hard to beat, then he probably sees the season out into the summer. And the reason being is because United will go on to be pragmatic and win, the their fair share of games by just sitting back. I think that would give United their control. And then you build from there. I just don't think he's built, and I don't want to just blame him, but I just don't think that they built a tactical approach yet. And that's why it's probably best to sit back, batten down the hatches, and play to player strengths. Bruno, Rashford, Garnacho, all these players are transition players, man. You got to play transition football.
Yeah, well, that's important. Temba, what are your thoughts, bro?
Well, one thing is this for me. If I want to say anything, Mark, like I agree with what Zeke said, honestly, because sometimes all you just need to just do is be pragmatic, man. Adapt, you know. And this has worked. It saved him his job in his first season because after losing that first two games against Brentford and Brighton, what did he do? He changed. He switched, and we saw they became hard to beat. But they had some crazy record in that season. Just that they also had a kind of negative result. This thing as well. But what I would say is this, man. We all know Porto. As much we can sit here and say Porto are not a good side, yet again, that's what we call football heritage. When it comes to European football, Porto are still a threat. So I believe that for sure. Yes, they lost their main striker in them, Evan Nielsen. So for me tomorrow, I would say this. How about tonight just go with Ugarte, Casemiro and Ericsson for me in the
That's
midfield?
not bad.
If I'm going to
That's
say
not
anything
bad
tactics,
midfield, to be fair. I kind of was
I
thinking
will
this.
say Ugarte, Casemiro, and Ericsson. Do I think Ten Hag will do it? I'll be surprised. If Ten Hag do it, I'll be surprised because I still believe the likes of what's his name, Bruno, might play tomorrow. Maybe not. I don't know. But for me, I think if I was Ten Hag, I would try a Bruno, Ericsson, Casemiro, and Ugarte midfield three. Mino is out. Bruno Fernandez, give him some rest. In my own opinion, though.
Yeah, interesting. Bailey, what are you saying, broski? The question is, what you think is the right tactical approach we should take against Porto, and what threat that will pose to Porto?
I would go three at the back or five at the back. You could say playing wing backs. I think the problem that we're having is the midfield keep getting ran through. So the idea is that because we know that maybe a Rashford or Garnacho or someone in the attacking area doesn't want to run back, if you have an extra defender there, then at least the midfield won't feel like they're just being hung out to dry. So the idea is to have an extra protection, and then at least, from my point of view, if we can get ourselves up the pitch through the wing backs, when we have corners and things of that nature, free kicks, I think we can be dangerous against Porto.
Interesting. I don't mind that. I think that's going to be an interesting setup. I actually think that, you know, well, I didn't really say a back three, but I was saying maybe we could have go with, you know, Casemiro, Ugarte, Ericsson, and maybe because you know the manager might play in Bruno because you know this is although I think he might give more rest and have actually you'll hear me right.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
hear you now.
Okay,
Well, I think the manager. Hold on, I think y'all can hear me better now.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So I think I think what we should do is put four midfielders in the game and possibly have something like you know like Zirkzee, Hoyland, and maybe Rashford up front or something like that.
I mean, we could. I think the thing that I was thinking if we went three centre backs and then the two fullbacks, then the idea would have been to put Agate and Casemiro in the central area. And then what I was toying with is either playing Ericsson in the 10 or dropping Xerxes in the 10 and then playing Rashford and Højlund. Or you could just play Højlund and Xerxes up front and then put Ericsson in the 10. But I think it's about time that we need to see those two guys on the pitch, creating some chances for them, and maybe that might spark goals in the team.
Yeah, possibly. Lucy Ruby is saying she would play Garnacho Ahmad and at least try for the manager. Yeah, they at least try for the manager. I don't see Rashford putting in a shift. And I agree with that. I actually rather, start these players as a pair and let Rashford and Anthony be the players fighting to get themselves back into the team. You know what I mean? That's just how I look at it and how I've been looking at it for the longest while because, yeah, I rather guys who fighting to be a starter come on and do something about it and earn back their starting positions. These young fellas trying to make a name for themselves, so they're going to give you a little bit more. You know what I mean?
I think it's kind of crazy. I feel like Anthony does fight. I just don't think his production in terms of going forward is great. But I think in terms of chasing back, winning the ball, things of that nature, we're still yet to see him. I think start, or maybe he has started a game, but we haven't seen him get a run yet. And I feel like it's about that. So I think the only winger who probably deserves to be dropped is Rashford at this particular point. We need, like, I get the leaving the Bruno thing out and giving Ericsson, at least 75 or so minutes to see how it goes. But at this particular stage, it's just like creating chances isn't our problem. It's putting the ball in the back of the net. If we're saying put both strikers on and see how that works, I don't know if that will work.
True.
I feel like Højlund, although they're very different players, obviously you can drop Xerxes in the 10, but I feel it's just you buy these two strikers so you can have a variation. You can play different styles. You didn't buy them to play together. That much was clear. And the only time that they will probably play together is if United are chasing a game and need goals, or we need to have more forward-thinking players in attacking areas. But you buy them for variation. They're very different. You look at Rasmus Højlund is a transition striker, running behind, that type of stuff. Whereas Xerxes comes towards the ball, he wants to link things and play and stuff. So yeah, I don't think it would work if you tried to play both of them at the same time, one in the 10, one up front, because I think they both kind of play with their back to goal.
Okay, fair enough. Fix, what tactical approach you would take to the game tomorrow, bro?
I would like to see us go with
bro, you need to just go out and come back in because you might do a clipping thing and it might just be the connection when you came in the first time.
Okay.
So as soon as you go out and come back, I'll bring you back up, bro. Yeah, so guys, I'll ask you all the second question by the time that Fixes, come back, and when he come back, I'll just let him go at both questions one time. And I'll ask you guys in the chat, what threat do you guys think Porto would pose to Manchester United tomorrow? And how do you think they will try to attack us, and what we need to do to counteract that?
Porto's always played good football. So I think, and our problem right now is anybody who plays good football, we struggle against. So I think it's what we give them really at this point in time. I know that like Scout Report says, you can press them and stuff like that. They had a bad day last week, I think it was, in the Europa League. But we got to remember, this is not a team that's used to being in the Europa League either. This is a team that's used to being in the Champions League. So the reality is that they're going to come ready to play, one to prove a point, one to prove like last week was a glitch in the matrix, and actually have a go. And I think, how do you stop them? I don't, like, really in truth, at this moment in time, United are a calamity when it comes to stopping people from running through us. We've seen two similar goals, one at 20, and then Spurs on the weekend, we saw a player run 60, 70 yards with the ball at his feet. So at this point, like I said, we got to be pragmatic and just, kick them off the ball as much as we possibly can and, stop them from just running through us. I think they'll fancy their chances. Big time.
Yeah, I think they would be. I would do, and they're at home as well.
Yeah, they'll
Themba, what
fancy
you
it.
think about that, bro?
Porto play with the ball on the floor though.
Oh,
They play with the ball on the floor. I don't think the players just try and run through like how some of the other. They're like very technical team, and they like to pass the ball, little short passes around, and they like to play with the ball in your half. And they're very, very good on the counter. Not only are they good on the counter, but they're very, very good at set plays. So we have to watch out. I'm actually worried about this game. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I actually not that worried about this game. I think one of the reasons why I'm not so worried is because they're not gonna treat us like and respect us tomorrow. And I think that one we can all
If they're trying to show us too much respect, then their manager needs to be investigated, because you can't look at what has happened over the past 3 or 4 games and then say, do you know what? This is Man United. Let's show them respect. Like their manager needs to be investigated if I see too much respect tomorrow. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's like we're there for the taking. And I'm not saying that on the basis that we're going to lose. I'm saying that on the basis of, well, why not? Like, let's try and hit them where it hurts and see what happens. We're at home.
100. I think that's exactly how they're going to look at the game tomorrow. And I think that actually plays into our favor, to be fair. You know what I mean? I do think that Porto is a dangerous team. I think they're going to present quite the threat to United as well. I spoke about the rundown earlier. They're a decent team at set pieces. They're good, very, very good technically. Taremi is in good form. And they're in a good form in their current league position right now in second. You know what I mean? Fix. So the two questions is, you heard the first question, and well, the second question is, what do you think the threat Porto will pose to Manchester United, and how would Manchester United have to deal with that? Fix it, eh? Guys, you hear Fix?
No, I don't hear.
No.
Fix. Can't hear you, bro.
How about now? Hello.
I'm hearing you, Olmo.
You can hear me?
Can you hear me? Right, Olmo. Oh,
yes.
Yeah, I can hear Fix now. I can hear Fix now. Yeah, Fix. Big up, box. Big up.
You can hear me? Or what?
Yeah, I can hear you, Olmo. I can hear you.
Okay.
Fix, I can hear you too now.
Okay.
Right, so go ahead and answer the questions. Olmo, I'll let you go afterwards, right, bro? I'll send you the questions already, so you should know where it is already, Olmo.
I would like us to start with Holland tomorrow, because I feel that we need to muscle their defense somehow, because I feel they are going to give us some respect by staying back a bit, not coming out to play, because I feel our team generally is we are looking soft. Don't assert ourselves in games, things like that. That's what I feel. So we need to bully them somehow. That's more. Honestly, looking at them, I don't see any threat they pose to this young man that he's scoring for them. What was that his name? The striker that came to Chelsea and left. The transfer broke down almost something.
Oh, Moradon.
That's the guy that they just played to him, and somehow let the wingers just go around him and all that. But seriously, I will be surprised if we don't win that game, to be honest with you. I'll be surprised if we don't win that game, because I'm thinking that the system we are playing is also making our opponent defense to feel relaxed. You don't see people running behind the defense all the time or trying to disturb them the way Watchalong does and all that. But I understand what the manager is doing and what the team is trying to achieve by trying to come with a pattern that will be playing week in, week out. But currently, like if you ask me right now, we need the result to just push back all this noise coming from right, left, and center.
100%, bro. 100%. And Olmo, I sent you the questions already, so you could hit 1 and 2 back to back, and then we'll find out what everybody else think. Final thoughts.
The tactic that Taha to do is whatever works for him. Because to tell you, I don't know what works for him. He has to do what he can. And number 2 is Porto, the dangerous player. I wrote it down. Where is it? They're right back. James Monroe or Jao Mario, and was on Nico Gonzalez. Watch out for them. They will look to take control of this game, and that's about it. Somebody they have this starting 11 that they're gonna use. They're gonna use the strongest team this time because they need points.
I thought you was going to come in and give your tactical approach, how you would approach.
Oh, me? If I'm the manager, easy. We're sitting in a low block. Oh, easy. We're sitting in low block and hit them on the counter. That's what I would do if I was the manager.
Interesting. Big up to Drex in the building. Drex, you're coming in and have your say, bro, because I'm about to close the shop. I'm going to ask everybody their final thoughts. Because the Champions League is on tonight, so it's a difficult one to compete with the Champions League. Big up to Lou and France in the building. Big up to Box and everyone there. So, guys, after all said and done, everybody had their opinion on what they think we should do. What they think Porto is going to do, the threat that they pose. What do you guys score prediction is, and how do you guys feel about the game going in grand scheme? And then I'll just pull up lineup builder real quick, and we'll just run through a quick lineup.
I think for me, I kind of find it hard to predict this match because I don't know what Ten Hag's trying to do. I don't know who he's going to try and put in the team. So I kind of feel like it's hard for me to base a prediction, because all I have to really go off is our last game. And just say, okay, well, if he goes and plays that team against Porto away from home in another country, I don't know. I don't because that first half was shocking, to be fair. So I'm not saying I've completely lost faith, but I need to see, because at least in the other games where we were getting bad results, we still showed something. And I feel like in the last game, we didn't show anything. The only person that showed something was maybe Onana. and that is, when Onana is the best player in the team in a shocking performance, it doesn't bode well for the rest of them.
Onana has been good. Apart from the first 2 games, Onana has been good. Don't just talk down on him.
I'm not saying you're not listening. You're not listening.
I am listening. He said when Onana is the best player in the team. What do you mean?
Fix.
You're not listening.
I'm not criticizing.
He actually was saying that Onana's been good, and when Onana has been the best player so far.
I know exactly what I'm saying. You said when Onana is the best player in the team. What do you mean?
If Onana is the best player on the team, that means the team is not good. You're not listening. You just want to react.
I'm not listening to that shit.
You're reacting. Then mute your mic.
Calm down, bro. Fix. He didn't mean it in a bad way. He actually mean it as a compliment.
I'm not.
A United player, and he has been putting a good performance.
You are not listening.
I agree with you.
Calm down. Fix.
What do you mean?
Calm down. That's not what he mean, bro.
But I agree with you. He's been good. But what I'm saying is, if the keeper is the best player in your team, that means the team is not performing. That's all I'm saying.
And I actually agree with that. Now, guys, I wanted to bring this question in lastly before we go and before we
By
give
the
the
way, hi,
predictions. Right?
Luan.
Huh?
Luan is saying hi to us.
Yeah, I said big up to Luan already, bro. You know, big up to Sadiq Rahman in the building as well as Manchester United. So I'm gonna just bring this to the stage real quick, guys. Let's so we could talk about this real quick. The Premier League has appealed. They have overruled the red card, so Bruno is no longer unavailable for the next 3 games. He is definitely available for selection.
It has no meaning. What is the punishment for that referee? It has no meaning.
True, it don't have no meaning. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to
We
bring
have seen
that
it
to the
happening
fore.
now.
You know what I mean?
It's not bringing the 3 points back, so
yeah, I see. You know what I mean? Just so everybody know that
There
Bruno
would
will
be-
be available for the next game. Actually, is why I bring that up. To be fair, so you know,
I know,
because
but if I'm
I
going
know
to be
everybody
honest, man,
would be possibly not be paying attention to that. So actually, this is the lineup that I had built. You know, we could make a little change if you guys want to change the formation. You know what I mean? If you guys in the chat also would like to change the formation or say anything, you could put that in the comments. But it's just what I think the manager is going to do. You know what I mean? I feel like this would be a good team to start the game. I do think Bruno might be in the starting lineup, but this is what I would like to see.
I think it's probably most likely.
Are you putting up a formation or what's the lineup?
I mean, we could change the formation if you want, but this is what I would like to see. So if you want to change the formation,
bro,
one
Zexi has to stay on the bench, bro. Telling you, has to go to the bench, bro.
All right, so 1 vote to bring Bootsy out to the team. So if you're taking out Zexi, who are you putting in there?
Hoyland, of course.
Okay. Anyone else agree with that?
And if you ask me, I would say Rashford should sit out, but it's not going to happen. Because what the second half I saw from Garnacho was terrifying at Tottenham backline, even as we are 1 man down.
I don't know. I mean, I would still let Xerxes play. He's probably better with the ball at his feet than Hoyland. And Hoyland is not really fit yet. So to start him in a game where we need points. Remember, we drew our first game. We need 3 points in this game. So I don't know. I'd rather go with a player that's got the better fitness right now.
If it is because of fitness, then Xerxes should stay. But if Hoyland is fit, I'm telling you, if Hoyland is in that lineup and he got the kind of chances Xerxes have got, it's not a half chance. It's a full chance. He didn't take it. If Hoyland is there, I'm telling you, he's going to kill himself.
I don't think that's fair.
I don't rate that lad. I'm not gonna.
I don't think that's fair. I think to say that Xerxes is not going to finish those chances, or Hoyland would finish those chances. I like Hoyland as a player, and he's a purple patch goal scorer at the moment because he's not a consistent goal scorer. So when he's in form, he's fantastic. But like my guy said previously, he's not 100% fit. And at this particular moment, yeah, I think he does need minutes. Don't get me wrong. I think Xerxes should probably start the game and then maybe Hoyland come on if United are comfortable and there's no pressure on him to score or to do more. If his chance comes, he can take it. But I don't see a problem with that team, being honest, Mark. Like, if anything, I don't see how Bruno doesn't play, just based on the fact that they're going to Portugal and, he's Portuguese and he's the captain of the team. So I don't see how he doesn't play. I think he will start the game over Eriksen, or as Ten Hag has shown, it might be Eriksen and Ugarte in midfield with Bruno in front. I don't think I'm not saying that he's throwing Casemiro away. I think Casemiro will be very important this season, but I think the way he uses Casemiro will be to shut games down and to batten down the hatches. I don't think he's gonna I don't think we're gonna see. I'm not saying that I'm right, by the way, either. There's every possibility we see Casemiro and Ugarte tomorrow, but In my personal opinion, I don't see it happening. I see Eriksen alongside Ugarte with Bruno and Fernandes in front of that. And yeah, when you shut down the game, then you might take Eriksen off and bring on Casemiro, and that'll be that.
I think the problem with
Let me try and
Eriksen,
clarify myself. Let me try and clarify myself. Last season, we were just like our players are not passing the ball to our front man when he makes the run. When he gets the half chance, he buries them. So that with that point, that's what I'm talking about. This season, our wingers have provided assists for Zexi to finish. Sometimes the easiest of it. But me, what I'm looking at is the zeal, the extra effort to try and put the ball in the back of net. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about whether he can score or he's missing or something like that. I'm talking of if Højlund faces a goal post, we see it in Aston Villa in many games. Half a chance, he buries it. The fight he brings in that final third. That's what I'm talking about.
I've got a rebuttal for that. Last season, even when they played Højlund's chances, for whatever reason, he just seemed to get to the ball like a fraction late, like a lot of the time last season. And that used to have me pulling my hair out. Like, why is he always sliding in after the ball has already gone? Like, why doesn't he have good anticipation? But what I've noticed from Xerxes is Xerxes seems to get himself in the right position and he seems to be able to get a shot off. It's just that it's not going in the back of the net. And that is the difference between the two for me right now. So I'm not saying that Xerxes is better than Højlund, but I'm saying that he gets into the position when the ball is coming in better than Højlund. Højlund, yeah, he might have a better left foot than Xerxes' right foot. I can agree to that. But again, it's getting into the right position when the ball's coming in. And I don't think Højlund does that very well, in my opinion. That's why I wanted...
If any United fan is alive, our players last season don't pass the bottles. Højlund, when he gets into the position, especially in the front line.
But what about when they did pass to him? What about when they did pass to him?
Please, Mark, pull up the stats. Listen. How many times have
I don't want to talk. I don't want to go that.
There's no reason to bring up the stats. The reality is that Højlund was the least pass to striker in the league last season, scored 15 goals. However, all that my guy is saying is that he believes that Xerxes, correct me if I'm wrong, is getting into the positions. He's just not getting good enough purchase on his strikes. Whereas then you're saying that Højlund is a better striker or what have you than Xerxes is when it comes to scoring goals. I think they're both poor, if I'm being painfully honest with you. I don't think either one of them are prolific goal scorers. The other night we were talking about United needs to go get a gunman. So I don't even know why we're having this argument now because
but I agree with you because I was one of the people flying that flag.
Saying you need a gunman.
We need a gunman.
Yeah. And that's not to say that neither one of those players could become that. I'm just saying that at this particular stage, neither one of them are in a position where, and even on the other side of the coin, United don't cross the ball. So all strikers are going to thrive when the ball's in and around the box and you're getting those type of chances. United don't float balls into the box. They don't try and they don't cut things back to like when they get into the box and stuff up along the ground like City do. So they're all struggling.
Bro,
you know what,
this season we are pushing the point to
feel like you're going to start Højlund for some reason. So I'm going to put in Højlund.
I'm cool with Højlund starting. I have no problems with it. I like
just to put it into perspective, right? We've got somebody who was at Atlanta in the season that he came in, right? He was not like their main man up front. He was like a guy that came in every now and then. Certain times they'll play him off the left. So United has jettisoned a man who can't get into Atlanta's team and made him our main centre forward. And then Xerxes, he was playing at Bologna And fair enough, he did a decent job at Bologna. Not a world-class job, just a decent job at Bologna. And he most probably wouldn't get into many teams strike force in the top 5 or whatever teams in the Prem, and then if we talk about teams around the world, he probably wouldn't start in their attack, but he started in Man United's attack. And I just think to myself, this is why we're not scoring goals. We've got a very young forward line. The most experienced guy there is Rashford, and Rashford is a purple patch machine, yeah. And then we've got Ahmad, who doesn't really have that much experience, and we have Garnacho, is another development player. So it's just like, where's the experience in this team? Where's the gunman in the forward line or in the positions that we need it? When I look at other teams, I look at the players that are there. Are these guys using kids to flipping mount their sort on the league or the Champions League or whatever it is? It's like we're relying on them.
But just a caveat to what you're saying.
How many matches has Holland played this season, and how many minutes?
I think he's only come on in a couple games. But the point, I think a caveat to what you're saying is this: if you look at you're saying that they wouldn't start, and maybe they wouldn't because obviously they're not scoring goals at this current moment. But system plays a very big part in that. The chance creation plays a very big part in that. When we say United have created the most chances and missed the most chances, I don't think they're like, I think the only 2 chances I look back on, I think Bruno against Fulham in the first game, where he had 2 where I felt like he should have probably scored both. But other than that, like if I look at Xerxes' chances, they're all like last ditch. He's just getting there. They hit his foot and rolled to the goalkeeper. Højlund hasn't really had a chance at this particular moment because he hasn't really played. But I think if you put them in the right system, like if they were playing for Aston Villa, you take Ollie Watkins out and you put Højlund at Aston Villa. The way that Villa play, there's every possibility that he's going to get on the end of a lot of their crosses, a lot of the tap-ins and stuff like that. Anyway, I just think it's the way United play that is not conducive to these particular forward scoring goals at this particular time. Because if we were creating clear-cut, beautiful chances, then we'd score.
I think we've created some clear-cut chances. I'm not going to lie.
Some of them are going to come good. Some of them are going to come good for us. But what I'm saying is, even with the pressing game, Højlund still comes out on top. I don't know if you can argue that as well. So
I'm not saying that Højlund is not a good player. Don't mistake what I'm saying. All I'm trying to say is that the guys that we're relying on now,
they're young guys.
They're so young. Like, we can't put all that pressure on them and expect them to be Ruud van Nistelrooy today, because they're not that today. They might be that in the next season or 2, but it's not going to be this season. And that's the problem that I have.
Let me say something. Højlund at least have a season experience in United team with his teammates. I will say that they even understand him more than Zexi. Last season he gave us 16 goals with the kind of shit playing that we were doing and all that.
So what do you expect from him? Okay, so this season they're passing to the strikers. How many goals are you expecting from him?
From who?
From Højlund.
20 plus.
20 plus. Okay.
Yeah.
That's United centre forward should be getting 20 plus anyway, standard. So okay, we'll see.
I mean, I think, you know what I think, guys? I think this is a season where these youngsters, I mean, they will learn. Some of them might score goals, some of them might be more consistent, but one of them ought to stand up and, maybe put the goal scoring on his shoulder. He might just rise to the occasion. That's how I feel, because this is why I'm not that mad. And everybody asks me why I'm not mad. I'm not mad because when I think about it, guys, I've always thought about it, especially from when I watch the transfer window. And I was like, we buy a young striker. We didn't go for a gunman. We have another young striker, 2 young wingers. Now, I'm not saying that I don't expect them to perform at Manchester United. But I'm saying it could be that they will take some time to find form. So I was just like, bro, You know what I mean? I'm
Mark,
here for the season.
Mark, I saw what you faced in KG show this morning. It was not a small. I saw what you faced today. Honestly, I was like, I want to get in. When I get in, the Joe just simping me immediately.
Yeah, I know you wanted to say what you had to say, though, but them fellas, bro, they're a little bit too soft, bro. I think, we need to realize that when we looked at this season and we looked at everything, all things considered, we have to judge it based on that. We can't just say,
There is no other club
this,
like
I know
that.
that.
I'm telling you honestly. No
and a
other
lot of
club.
these guys, big up to Ryder, y'all in the building. I think a lot of the guys, they're not patient, and that is cool. But you don't need to project that onto everybody, because at the end of the day, everybody have people who have variations of patience, people who have different views, and we all want the team to win. We're not all doing this to kind of keep the team where it's at right now. And I feel like we just overlook that, and a lot of fans take it out on other fans because they have a different opinion, which we should not do. You know what I mean? Because reality is, bro,
put too much
we're
emotion
all
in
United
this.
fans. Huh?
I'm saying people to put too much emotion in this. Like it's just logical thinking. Like they're Haaland, Højlund, and Xerxes are two proof striker. Like yes, Xerxes didn't score those chances, but without Xerxes, that chance doesn't get created. If Højlund is there, Højlund doesn't even get those same chances Xerxes get, and Xerxes doesn't get those same Højlund chances. Xerxes drops to the midfield, link up, the striker follow me, go back into position to score goals. Højlund is not giving you that. He's not giving you that. Højlund want back to go like you're giving the ball to feet, cross the ball. We don't want to cross the ball. You know that. So far, Højlund on the pitch don't want to get crossing.
We have been crossing now. We have been crossing the ball.
Again, you're talking about this is you have been crossing, but Højlund is down the pitch. You've been crossing, Højlund is down the pitch. This is the thing.
Exactly.
Højlund is down the pitch. You've been crossing.
So
but Højlund is on the
really
pitch. You don't cross
until we see him on the pitch and they start crossing him. So we had to wait for
and it's so funny. Like last year, the most passive striker in the league was Rasmus Højlund. He doesn't get fed enough. He scored 7 games in a row with 0 assists. Some games in a row he scored with 0 assists. What 0 assists to him? 0 assists to him, and he scored 7 goals. Like our striker's a dead zone. As in, listen, over the lineup, whatever the manager put out there, like it's simple. Like Højlund and Xerxes just play them both together. You don't need wingers. Your wingers not giving you assists. Your wingers not assisting you. They're not scoring goals. Throw away the wingers.
I can say it can work also because 2 of them played in the system of 4-4-2 in Italy, and Holland especially was so successful with that formation.
Yeah, he played that with Lookman dripping on the left or Zapata. If Zapata's on the right, he's on the left hand side. If Lookman on the left hand side, he's on the right hand side. Xerxes played with Lewis Ferguson that scored most of the goals. That scored them assists with the goals. Lewis Ferguson was just perfect. And that's what he proved in Bologna. And when they say he's a 9.5, he's a 9.5. He's not going to score goals. 10 GA this year. That's it. That's the most you can get from him, 10 GA. Everybody else got to chip in. That's the type of player Xerxes is. If you're expecting 20 from Xerxes, that's a dream right there. He is never going to give you 20.
True. That's what I thought, bro. And I think a lot of fans misunderstood that when he said he was a 9.5. But, thanks for all of you guys' comments. Big up to Ronald coming in late. But Ronald, I sent you the questions, right? So I know if you want to give a concise view on the 2 questions I sent you and your score prediction, I'll let the guys give their score predictions as well after.
Yeah, I came in late, bro. I had to address something before. So something important in real life, it had to be addressed. But I think you've sent me like few questions. What is the tactical approach Ten Hag should take? Do what you've not been doing. I think that's the approach you should take. Bench Bruno. Yes, I know it's been overturned, but bench Bruno. Don't take a risk. What threats Porto pose? I got no idea. All I know, they're a beautiful team and they're a good to watch team for people who watch them. And if they were difficult for a well-drilled Arsenal team, they're going to be a nightmare for us.
They're not the same.
I'm looking at it. I'm sorry.
And give your thoughts on your final thoughts on the game. Because on Thursday we are away at Porto at the Dragao.
Hold on, Samba,
No.
you said something?
I
No.
didn't say anything. I didn't say anything. It's not me.
Roland,
Yeah,
it's
It was
Just
I
make
said
sure
they're
you
not
get
the same
me.
thing.
Just make sure you get me the Valverde contract, no? And the end of
I
the
know.
season.
I know that's
Okay?
what you're coming at.
Yeah, I
I
love
know
you.
that was coming
Okay,
around now.
thank you. And who is the danger man from both teams? I know. I'm sure they have like 2 danger men, but we have none. That's where I am. Score prediction. I hope.
Roland,
Uh,
Roland,
I
they
hope
finally
to.
broke you.
I'm sorry.
I said they finally broke you. People that are gaslighting United fans. For you to say we don't have any danger.
I've not been gaslighting anything. I think at the start of the season itself, I said I've been backing Ten Hag for the last 1.5 years. You can ask Omo. I was the first guy who said when Ronaldo and all of these issues were going around, I was the first guy to say Eric Ten Hag out. This was 2 years ago when no one said it. So you don't have to tell me that I've been gaslighting shit because I have not been. I've been very respectful to people. When they say that Eric Ten Hag out, I said, God bless you, no problem. And even started this season, I said, I will see first 10 games. If I see something, great. If not, then, it is what it is. At this point right now, I'm at a point that I back the club and I want to see what the management does. So if management wants to stick with Ten Hag till the end of the season, I have no problem. If they want to go ahead and sack him in the next 5 minutes, I couldn't give up. You know what? That's where I am right now.
Big up, bro.
So
Big
no
up,
gaslighting
bro.
from my
Guys,
side, bro.
Yeah, score prediction or no?
Oh yeah. My mind says 2-1 to Porto, but my heart still obviously will say 2-1 to United. So 2-1 to United it is.
Big up to you, bro. Bali, what you saying, bro? Who you think is the danger man, and give your score prediction from either team.
They have a Brazilian. His name is Gelino, I think his name is. That guy has scored quite a few goals, to be fair. And then the guy that was supposed to go to Chelsea, I think his name is Meridian or something.
Yeah.
I don't rate him, but I think he's a bit fluky. And I'm not gonna lie to you, like we could lose to a fluky goal. Not saying that we're gonna lose, but I'm worried I'm worried about them because I know that they're a well-oiled machine. So I'm worried about them. I'm not gonna lie to you. They have been beating teams usually, so they know what it's like to win on a regular basis. We don't really know that. So the idea that we're just gonna go there, turn them over, and we're just gonna chill in Portugal for a little while and have a good time. I don't think that's the case. I think it's gonna be a struggle. I think Ten Hag is still gonna be under pressure after this game. Because if we draw, people just act like it was a loss. And personally, I don't think a draw is actually good enough now. We're going to be playing Mourinho's Fenerbahce soon. Yeah? And these guys definitely want to win against us. Yeah? So as far as I'm concerned, we need to start getting some points now. We 100%. Need the 3 points. So I don't know. I'm leaning to a draw, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's a loss. So I'll go with 1-1.
100%. Big up for that. You know what I mean? Big up to York. He says no goals in this side, weak midfield, rubbish defense, crap GK. I think we can get a point at best. Big up to Yorkie, bro. Big up to Yorkie. Ali was saying he's hoping for 2-1 United, but he think Porto might win 3-0. Drex is saying 2-1 United. No. I'll get to don't cry last. You know you come in last, bro. Big up. Fix. Give me a score prediction for the game, please, broski.
I'm telling you, people are predicting doom for us, but I think we are going to score up to 4 goals tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes. They are going to disrespect us and they will pay for it. I'm telling you honestly. They are not going to stay back.
Man from each team, though. Let me know that too one time before you finish.
Yeah, they don't have any danger man. They sold 2 of their best players, Teremi and Evanescent of Bournemouth. That's their best 2 players, and they are not there anymore. So for United, I'm going with Rashford to Panswell.
Okay.
Tomorrow they are going to come out to play us and they are going to regret it. 4-1 United.
Big up, bro. Big up, bro. Run on tip there. Olmo. Danger man.
Yes, we are losing that game. We are losing that game. We're not scoring a single goal. They're a very good team. I don't know why people are saying like, oh, they have no danger, man. Because again, as we were talking, I was watching that match where they lost 3-2 versus Porto Glint. Listen, that still doesn't mean they don't play good football. And their last match, they won that 4-0. It's like your team is full of 11 versus 11. And John Mario, proper fullback. Francis Mora, proper fullback. Nico Gonzalez, proper. That whole midfield is going to demolish our midfield because I know Bruno the Great is playing, so I'm calm. Galeno will ball out. It might be Pepe on the wing or Nico Gonzalez. I don't know who they'll put there. They'll cost a good goalkeeper. The only hope is, thankfully, their captain retired in Pepe because if Pepe was still playing. My score would be a 5-0, but this one will be a 3-0 loss.
Okay. Can't change your mind there.
No. Mistake. United win 3-0, ETH out.
United win 3-0, ETH out. Okay.
Yes.
All right. You heard it here first, guys. Zeke, my brother.
You flip that.
Tell
you
me,
get your answer.
Danger man in the game and your score prediction.
It's either 1-1 or 2-1 United. My heart says 2-1 United. My head says 1-1. Dangerman, honestly, I don't think it's gonna matter. I don't think it matters who the Dangerman is. I think it more so tomorrow for me is about system and if he's learned anything from Spurs. That's where I'm at with that. Like that's my prediction.
I don't want to see Maguire there. And then start me drip.
Deutsche lesen, bro. Deutsche lesen.
Sit down, Maguire. Man,
talk to me.
In that game tomorrow, guys, man, honestly, like Prof said, they've got some great players, man. And you're talking about going to smash them 4-0, like Speak said. You're not playing Burnley and friends. Barnsley, you're not playing Burnley and friends. You are playing a proper team, a top team in Portugal. Then you believe you go to Portugal and smash Porto 4-0. It's not going to happen. Like for me, if I'm going to be honest, what I'm saying here, it's 1-1. One thing is this, man. Yes, they might have said that the two best players, Evanilson and Taremi. It doesn't mean, guys, like this is Porto. And if there's something we know about teams like Porto, Benfica, there is always another one. As you go, they are bringing somebody else from somewhere. They've got players. Explain it. We saw Darwin Núñez left Benfica for how many £1 million? The following season, they got, what's his name? Gonzalo Ramos. So they've got players. What United are going to do there? For me, if Bruno plays, United losing the game. So if he's still on the bench, 1-1. If he's playing that game, you guys are losing the match. Bro, so that's what I would say.
Sit down.
No,
yeah, man. I know you was going to say some kind of mad thing like that, right? But
okay.
I wouldn't lie. Porto is a good team, very well oiled, but it's not a great team. They got destroyed by Bodo Glimt. I watched the game. They was destroyed.
Not only that,
no, listen to me. Hear me out. They was destroyed. You know what I mean? It was worse than how we look against Tottenham. Bodo Glimt, yeah. Worse than how we look against Tottenham. Bodo Glimt. Calm down.
Mute your mic.
Let me have my
mic,
bro.
But they still scored 2 goals. They still scored 2 goals.
No, calm down.
Mark, mute your mic. Do not talk about the Glimt because I was watching the game on the stream as we were going. I was watching the game and you said they got destroyed.
A red card. A red card.
Bodo Glimt was down to 10 men.
Mark, why are we saying?
Let me get my.
Mark, no. Hold your opinion. You have no opinion on this. You have zero opinion on this. I'm watching it live on the stream as you're talking.
10 men.
You tell me they got destroyed.
Wait.
What's the next topic? I will not let you talk on this. Mark, you are
saying 10 men.
I will not let you talk on this.
Bodo Glimt scored 2 goals.
I will not let you talk on this. I will not let you talk on this.
Mark.
After the red card, they scored 2
Mark.
goals.
Okay, after the
You
red
understand
card.
what I'm
You
saying?
see,
They
you
are
see,
not
you
the
see, you
best
lie.
team.
You see how you lie. You see how you lie. They
Wait,
scored one goal after the red
There
card.
is no team in Portugal that can compete in England, whether they sold 100 players
Mark,
or
mute
not.
your mic. Mute your mic. Don't talk about this game. Don't talk about that game. Because I was watching live as the stream was going. I was watching live on 2xp. And you tell me they scored 2 goals after the red card. They scored 1. Mute your mic. Stop talking. Move on to the next time. I will let you talk about this.
Bro, one thing is this. We are sitting here talking about Bordeaux went to 10 men down. Guys, they are not the first team to beat a team with a 10 men down. Liverpool did it against Newcastle.
What are you saying? You are talking how
no, fix. Let's drop that. Let's drop that.
Porto is good.
Bro, I don't know.
Chelsea
what is
beat West Ham 4-1 with a man down. West Ham went to go ahead. They came and won the 4 games.
Is Bodo
Chelsea won Barcelona. With 10 men. What are we saying here, man? It doesn't mean.
Timber.
It does not mean.
Hold on, Timber.
It's Bodo Grim, so it's not Chelsea. Bodo Grim.
It does not mean. It does not mean anything. It means nothing. It doesn't. I'm just giving you instances. It has happened whereby a team goes down and they still win the game with a man down.
You will see it. Smashing them forward.
Yeah, you know me. I'm always there. We are there.
Bro, you know, up to now, bro, I said, man say all what they had to say about United losing 5-0. United going to face a great team. I ain't arguing nobody.
You see the problem that we're gonna have, right? Is what will happen is you will get some streams where they're downplaying the opposition, even though they're good, because sometimes we don't watch European football. We haven't got the time. A lot of us focus on maybe the Premier League or just Man United in some cases. But I'm assuring you that this Porto team is a good team.
No, they're
Very
a
good
team.
side.
No, bro,
Very
I
good
just
side.
wanted to make a little
They are
banter
better than the team that we struggled
against. A good team, right?
They are better than the team that we struggled against last week.
True, they are better than 20.
We are not using that one. We are not using that one.
Listen,
we cannot use
calm down,
fix.
We
can't use
Good luck with your prediction. Good luck with your prediction.
Big up to everybody, bro. You know, listen, right? I ain't even
shout
predict
out to
yet.
people
So
that bet on United winning.
Before we go, right? I just wanted to say this, right? I was just having a little fun with the 10-man loss now. Yeah, like I did say there was a good team. I don't expect them to go down to 10 men against United. I don't expect United to go down to 10 men. I do think United might score 3 goals in the game tomorrow, though. I just think we will score 3 goals. So I don't think it's going to be a clean sheet, but I do think United could win the game. Now, the reason why I think that is because we are currently the top team in chance creation in the Premier League. That is my argument for that. The problem is now is if these guys are going to take their chances. We in Europa nights, I kind of start holding because even though he didn't score for 6 or 7 games straight in the Premier League, he was in red hot form in Europe. And I'm banking on that. And I feel like if he start, he will get an early goal. So I'm going with a 3-1 or 3-2 United win away from home. I'm not going to laugh at Porto anymore. I just try to get a little looking and men try.
Are you going to the game? Are you going to the game?
No, I'm not going to this game. I'm going to the next one.
Anytime they're trying to start the hack comes out with something genius. So tomorrow you see
against Tottenham. You should have done it against Tottenham. He did not do it against Tottenham.
I would have rather it against Tottenham.
We were not desperate enough. He's desperate now. Watch.
I would have rather it against Tottenham.
I talked to you. I just remember what I tell you. And just remember when it happened. I just want all of us to know. Appreciate all of.
Let me go put my bets in on United lost.
And I just want you guys to know. Season. And I will be back with receipts for those of you. All the laughs that man them like Ulmo had this season. Just remember,
I'm waiting.
Christmas, bro. Anytime.
At least my club will be able to win me some money. By them losing.
At least anytime my team.
What happened in your match?
Winning more than 10 games on the bunks, bro.
You know how it is now. That's a derby. It's a derby, man. You know how it is. 5-3-2-1. That's what the man did. 5-3-2-1.
I mean, I
You know?
just say a 3-2, guys. You know, it is what it is.
The time that I interrupted the game, that's when I stopped. But before you know it, Madrid.
I got clipped now. I got clipped. They were sharing my clip up and down, man. I got clipped. I was fuming, man. I was fuming. I got clipped.
You deserve to
Kepa
get
Lance
clipped for
just-
some of your fake
clipped
facts,
me
bro.
fuming. It's crazy,
Big
man.
up to everyone in chat. Big up to you guys. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned. You know, your boy Mark will be coming in with the morning views. Big up to Zik, Bali Tech, Fix, almost solo in the building. Big up to my brother Temba Banks as usual. You know, big up to all of you guys. Yo. Next time you have some time, bro, I want to get you on the stream, bragging rights. You know what I mean? After we win in the Premier, after we win in the Europa League on Thursday, bragging rights. Big up. Big up to Fix in the building. Big up to Elite Baller. Big up to Anraya Daniela. Big up to Ashu Saga. Big up to you, bro, ETHN. Let me ride.
Please like the channel, subscribe.
Smash the likes and subscribe, guys. Don't forget, you know, you're going to get it all here. Watch alongs, match reactions, previews, and, you know, Manchester United news and transfers as well. Big up to the fellas on the panel. Big up to all of you in the chat. Have a good night, guys. So then, we out, guys.
Baby.